So you got this hose. Are you running
Just
into a
down to the
bucket?
ground.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just escaping air and some coolant that'll come out.
All right.
Close your valve. Hook your airline up. Make sure your feet are down here nice and tight. This right here is going to expand that rubber cone when you push it down like that.
Oh, okay.
That way it feels better. Now it's all for test for leaks. If it's got leaks, it's not going to go into the green. If it's got a sufficient enough leak, or if it's full of coolant, it may not go to the green.
Yeah, it's pulling the water right out of it.
Exactly, so it's going to pull any, if you watch the radiator hoses.
Oh, they'll flatten up. Yep. Oh my god.
What do you?
Does this suck it back up?
No, no.
Oh.
Something different for that. So right now I'm going to close this valve and I'm going to watch this gauge to see if it leaks, because sometimes it'll drop down if there's any sort of leak, a hose that doesn't seal properly, pinhole anywhere, so anything.
Yeah, you get a little test out of it.
Sometimes the vent tube too, it'll leak out of the vent somehow. I've seen that happen where you have to actually close it off.
Sweet. Looks pretty stable.
Not losing any pressure whatsoever. Let's see if we can get a little more suction out of it. Now we're done with the air.
All right, we're done with the air.
Disconnect this line.
All right.
Roll it up. Drop it in here.
Oh, there's a different line.
Yeah, and now we got this line. I do not know what all this red shit in here is. That's new.
It's got like a filter on the end of it too.
Yep. Yeah.
Shoot something into it.
Man, I was just replacing an engine in a Dodge Caravan one time. I'm gonna take this hose and stuck right now. I was putting oil in it, and the oil jugs were
Yeah, so
like
you gotta be
everybody used
careful.
them, right?
If you wiggle this cone the wrong way,
Yeah, you'll lose
just lose
vacuum
all your
pressure.
vacuum.
Yeah, pumped it out of a barrel. And holding back that last bit of oil,
That's good.
and it literally 5 valve cover and shit almost dropped down into the cylinder. Right. Something like that. So you want it the highest point. You want the jug the highest point on the engine, basically.
Get this thing out of the way.
Yep. And you're gonna take your hose. You're gonna feed your hose down. I always try to get it into the bottom corner.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to run out. You run out and it's kind of a pain in the dick. And you just crack your bleeder nice and slow. Open it up. And just let it do its thing. And watch the hoses down here. And then they'll start to swell back up. And it probably didn't suck so much vacuum because of the metal crossover tubes. So there's still places that can't be collapsed.
Sure.
Normally it'll go up to 25 pounds easy.
But even with that, like even if the hose doesn't collapse, you can still have a vacuum in there.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you can still get
there's still going to
the
be a
air
vacuum.
out.
Yeah, it's still going to get the air out. It just won't create as high of a vacuum because
Sure.
all the solid line, I feel like. All right, so.
Oh, and then you can just pause it.
Yep. And
So that's
add more coolant when you got to add more coolant.
That's the next thing I was wondering. I'm like, if you get to the bottom, are you gonna start from scratch if you run out? But no.
Yes, hold that line, please. Thank you, sir. Be careful now, because it will suck air. And it's not super big deal if it does suck a little bit of air. I've had it do it a couple times to me, and like got really worried and freaked out over it, but it was not a big deal. Never affected anything.
And the system will still
It'll
self-bleed
get it
a
out,
little bit. And then when it hits zero,
Pretty much full, so you're gonna kind of wiggle, loosen your little deal there, kind of wiggle,
so when you tighten that, it actually expands the cone.
and close your valves.
Oh, otherwise you'll.
Lose a lot, yeah. It'll like have a vacuum effect. You know what I'm saying? Keep sucking coolant. Bam. Just like that.
So that's it.
And you're full.
It's bled.
Right up to the fill line.
Holy shit.
Every time. And see, when you screw this down, it pushes out on this little seal
Oh,
in here.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you can get a tight seal.
Yeah. Because you can also not use a cone and use different attachments that it comes with, different
Oh,
rubber
all right.
spacers. But I always just use a cone.
Cone
It's
works really
easier.
well for most things.
Because yeah, sometimes the rubber spacers don't cover this hole right here, like the overflow, the little bleeder.
Oh,
And it'll
right.
suck air still through that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Did you see it? It's- Yep. I don't even. Why is that even there?
You know, this looks like there was supposed to be a hose, and instead they put like electrical conduit over it. Jesus Christ.